everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you. These Commander staples are now under $4, and I'm telling you, you gotta pick them up right now with that handy-dandy link in the description below. Now with all that said, let's jump into them. First up, a card that is aptly named the End Stone. It is an artifact, a legendary artifact. For 7 mana, it says whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. Beginning of your end step, your life total becomes half your starting life total, rounded up. Here's the thing. Yeah, that is a little bit of a payment, right? Losing half your life. Or gaining life, depending on where you're at. Again, becoming half your starting life total every single one of your end steps, 20 is what it's going to be, right? Unless you're playing a different version of Commander, essentially, 20. I guess it really wouldn't be Commander at that point if you're playing the different life total. Anyways, Brawl! Whenever you're playing a land or casting a spell, you're drawing a card, that's what you're going to be doing in Magic. Literally, like, all the things you're going to be doing. So you're just going to be drawing, getting an insane amount of value off of this. And of course, there are ways to take advantage of that life setting. There are ways to get going, with that, essentially, too, depending on the right deck. That being said, the vast majority of decks out there are going to be going, hey, you know what? Let's just draw the most cards of all time with this, an insane draw engine. And of course, Legendary Tribal decks can utilize it as well with a giant, especially for like Joda Legendary Tribal, like giant, like 7 mana. All right, play it out there and just cascade a ton. There's so much value to be had with a card like this. Yeah, 7 mana is a decent amount, but of course there are plenty of decks that can ramp there very quickly, very easily, and then flood their hand with so many cards with this. It is so much fun. $3.72 is a steal right now. Pick it up. Let's keep things rolling with Quilled Greatwurm. Yeah, a 7/7 worm at trample for 6 mana. I always bring this up, but again, back in the day, it would be like, all right, what's the massive downside? Do I have to sacrifice all my lands or something? Because this has more power than its cost. No, not at all. What? Yeah, no, not at all. Okay, and by the way, it does so much more. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage during your turn, put that many counters on it. And then you may cast this card from your graveyard by removing 6 counters from among creatures you control in addition to paying its other cost. Yeah, you're going to be able to keep replaying this again and again and again and again and again, basically, if it ever gets dealt with, because, yeah, your creatures just deal combat damage. And when they do, they get that many counters. That's insane. Absolutely insane. This is kind of like Vigor, basically. Instead of replacing the damage, though, it is like, damage dealt to it. It's actually dishing out the damage and getting the counters. So you're basically like doubling up your team every single turn. Essentially, like, okay, yeah, this 7/7 becomes a 14/14, becomes a 28/28. You're going to be the biggest team on the board. And of course, again, this is really hard to permanently get rid of. And this does have trample on top of all of that. So going big strategies, counter strategies, graveyard recursion strategies, pick this up. Or just stompy strategies. Pick it up. A lot of great green on this episode, it seems. Yeah, Cultivator Colossus, my goodness. A 7 mana in green, Star Plant Beast with Trample. Again, power and toughness are each with the number of lands you control. So, of course, you're in green, you're going to have a lot of lands, right? This can be absolutely huge. Oh, but wait, there's more. When this creature enters, you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. This is one of those where you're like, okay, I play it. All right, awesome. All right, land, draw. Oh, it's land, draw, land, draw, land, draw, land, draw. If you've got a couple lands in your hand to start, you're going to be just churning through your deck. And of course, there are certain combinations with this card as well that work insanely good. Any kind of landfall synergies you're going to be having, you're going to be getting so much value out of this. You are able to just get an insane amount of value, get so many cards drawn, so many lands in play, and this is just a giant threat, of course. And obviously, if you're in any kind of a blink strategy, any kind of a, bounce strategy to replay, but still, yeah, blink, basically, like, again, it's an ETB trigger without a cast requirement. On this big of a play, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, again, landfall strategies, go big strategies, big land strategies, pick it up. And the next great green card I'm bringing up is Ancient Adamantoise, an 8/20 turtle for 8 mana, Vigilance Ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. All damage to be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When it dies, exile, create 10 tap treasure tokens. This is a crazy card. This is a card that, again, costs 8, basically redirects basically all of the damage dealt to you to this. So you basically get like an extra 20 life, essentially, which is crazy. And then when it actually does get taken out, oh, by the way, it's actually 8 power and it's vigilant, so you can just swing with it too, which is crazy. If you really want to, go for it. That being said, and a great blocker, obviously. That being said, when it does die, it's not a downside, it's an upside. You get 10 tap treasure tokens. You actually gain mana from playing this, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, you literally could just go like, okay, yeah, play it. Later turn, be like, I don't really need you anymore. Yeah, no, I'm going to sacrifice you for value with, one of my sacrifice outlets. Probably the one there I draw like 8 cards off of it and then discard 3. Cool, all right, let's just do that. And then I'll get 10 treasure tokens. Cool, I mean, they're tapped. They're a little slower. That's okay. I can use the mana later. That being said, with this one, it's like, oh my goodness, this is just like an extra boost to your life, a boost to your mana. And of course, if you do want to get kind of crazy with it, yeah, I mean, the damage isn't removed from it during cleanup steps, but like, if again, you're playing like some kind of a blink deck with this, you can reset it very easily. And you're like, okay, yeah, it's got like 18, damage on it, basically. Okay, I'll blink it. It comes back into play. It's considered a new permanent. It's starting off at 0 again. See, now you gotta basically hit me for 20 to actually even get through my first shield, which is absolutely crazy. So much fun. Ancient Adamantoise is an absolute gem. You should pick it up right now. It's a lot of fun. Again, in Go Big strategies, treasure strategies, and yeah, some really weird blink strategies that I absolutely love. Pick it up. All right, let's just take a break from green just for a little bit, all right? Aura of Silence is $3.68 right now, and that is a steal. An enchantment for 3 mana in white. Artifact enchantment spells cost target opponent additional 2 to play. Yeah, it's opponents. It's changed. So anyways. Sacrifice, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Again, a very old card from back in 1997. Is that Chronicles? Anyway, being able to go, hey, yeah, you know what? Spells are going to cost a little bit more for you. Sorry about that. For artifacts, enchantments, it can really slow down certain strategies and just wreck certain strategies. And of course, at the end of the game, it is just basically also a just waiting in the wings kind of card to destroy that artifact or enchantment that you really don't want in play. So again, someone pays extra to get out a, I don't know, one of the vast multitude of cards that you don't want them to get out, like a Rhystic Stud, and you're like, okay, well, you paid 5 for that. Yeah, I don't want you to have all that value. Let's get rid of that. Or Smothering Tithe, you paid 6 for that. Yeah, I don't want you to have that either. It is a deterrent for your opponents playing artifacts and enchantments, both from the extra cost and from this field, just destroy them. It is such a good card. Pick it up. Moving on, Song of the Dryads. Such a brutal card. It's an aura for 3 mana in green. Enchant permanent. Enchant permanent is a colorless forest land. Yeah, it's kind of brutal and fun. Basically, this is a card that says, hey, I don't care what your best thing on the battlefield is. No, it's not. Now it's just a land. It's a forest. There you go. Yeah, being able to say, hey, you know what? Oh, you've got your giant Eldrazi. Oh, no, I'm so scared. Land. Oh, you've got this amazing enchantment against Smothering Tithe. Land. Whatever the giant threat is, this says, you know what? No, it's just a land now. Yeah, you're technically ramping your opponent, but, yeah, getting rid of their best permanent. And again, getting around, like, death triggers, etc., etc., etc. This is a great way to say, you know what? Let's just get rid of that. It's there, but it's not there. Goodbye. Moving on, Case of the Locked Hothouse. 4 mana in green. You may play additional land on each of your turns. I mean, green decks just want to see that regardless on anything. They're just like, yeah, that's great. Okay, put it in the deck, But this has more. To solve, you've got 7 more lands. I mean, that takes absolutely no time at all. You're going to solve that by the time turn 4 or 5 comes around, most likely. Solved. Look at the top card of your library. Anytime you may play lands and cast creature and enchantment spells to the top of your library. This is one of those cards where, like, even if you aren't an enchantment deck, and you're like, oh, but it's not giving me value from other things other than lands. Who cares? Being able to go, okay, I get extra lands. It's super easy to solve this, and then I can just play lands off the top of my library. amazing. Even if you just have a couple of enchantments in your deck, who cares? I mean, or none outside of this one. It doesn't matter all that much. Now, if you're playing an enchanter strategy, you're absolutely in love with this because you're like, oh my gosh. I get to play basically my entire deck off the top of my library. You gotta love it. It's so much value. So again, yes, enchanter strategies, but landfall strategies, go big green strategies. So much value to be had. Play off the top of your deck strategies. Play from outside your hand strategies. Top of the library manipulation. Let's just keep going. Yeah, absolutely amazing card. And so many strategies out there. Pick it up. Moving forward, this card is brutal. Nature's Will. Enchant for 4 mana in green. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that player controls and untap all lands you control. This is the bane of existence for many players out there. When this is in play, you're going to be having a great time. Your opponents are going to be going, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Because here's what's going to happen with this one. You're going to go, okay, yeah, I swing through, I hit you. Yeah, you're all tapped down, and I get so much insane amounts of mana. It's crazy. Of course, you need things to do with the mana, you know, if you're going to be hitting multiple opponents, essentially. So do keep that in mind. You need, like, instant speed, or you need, like, you know, things you can dump your mana into, essentially, abilities, whatever it's going to be. With this one, though, you're just like, okay, yeah, I hit you. I mean, you can get this triggered like 3 times, but you can also get it like 6 times with double strike, so do keep that in mind, which is absolutely crazy. Or with extra combats, even more. That being said, being able to go, oh, yeah, tap you down. Yeah, you better play your instance right now, essentially, because I'm making it so that you can't do anything until your next turn, basically. It is such a fun card, such a brutal card. $3.48 for this version of it. Pick it up. Next up, a massive sorcery. All is dust. Yeah, it is. Eldrazi is tribal sorcery for 7 mana in colorless. Each player sacrifices all color permanents they control. $3.56 for this massive game-changing card. It is a card that says, hey, you know what? I want a one-sided board wipe, and everyone else is going to be in big trouble. Okay, this is for colorless decks for the vast majority of the time, right? Again, if you're playing a bunch of, you know, colored permanents, you're going to kind of hurt yourself quite a bit with that, which I guess for some decks, that's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the way that this really, really helps you is when you are just playing a colorless strategy, because it's basically, again, a one-sided board wipe that clears out basically everything for you, which is absolutely insane. And then you're like, oh yeah, okay, my Eldrazi will just swing through, or my artifact creatures or whatever I have are just going to swing through. They're going to be fine. I get rid of, you know, all the artifacts out there that, you know, have any kind of colored pips to them. I get rid of course, the enchantments. I get rid of the creatures. I get rid of everything except for my things. Goodbye, opponents. And finally, an incredibly solid card. We've got Tomb Fortress. It enters the battlefield tapped. It can tap for a black. By paying 5 mana in black, tap, exile it. Mill 4 cards, or return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Such a solid card. It is a card that says, hey, you know what? I might be a slow land to start, and that's okay, all right? We're just going to take our time a little bit with this one. But I am also reanimation spell just in the waiting, all right? I am just ready to go. Yeah, you got to get rid of me, but that's okay, all right? I give you access to even more cards, all right? Help me mill 4. There you go. And then you get any creature out of your graveyard back to the battlefield. It doesn't have to be one out of those 4. It can be any of those, plus all the other cards in your graveyard. So, yeah, this is a great way to have a reanimation effect on a land, which is super rare to have. It is such a good card. Pick it up. And with that, this episode is coming to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts are on this episode. And, of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.